Live, and the Hangout is on air. There we go. Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another FutureNet International Team Hangout. My name's Steve Wilson, and I'm your co-host for this evening, along with my good friend Arthur Zablocki. And tonight is our regular Thursday evening Hangout for the team. This is a very casual affair. This is where we talk about the business, talk about our experiences, share stories, share strategies, and answer questions. And tonight we've got a great panel, and I'm sure we'll have a few people pop on. It usually happens. People jump on throughout the course of the Hangout. Now we do try to keep these within an hour, but we usually, as I say this we usually fail miserably. We usually tend to go over the time limit, but it's because we all enjoy it, and it's because we've got lots of great people on here who are always interested to know more about the company and what we do. So what I'd like to do, first of all, from a personal point of view, is I had one of my team members today who actually hit 100 packs, ad packs in FutureAdPro. So I just want to give him a shout out because he's done terrifically well. I know he hasn't joined us on any of the Hangouts yet, so I know he's probably watching. So Gerard St. Guillaume, if you're watching, then please jump on the Hangout because the link is in the pinned post in the group. But I want to say a big congratulations because you've reached that 100 packs in a very short space of time. And so well done. You've done a terrific job. And I know you're building a team in the business. And I also want to give a shout out to a few other people. Now, of course, I've got Mike and Arthur on the panel who are both absolutely smashing this business, both nearly approaching the 400 pack mark. I think Mike's on 374. And let's see where Arthur is. Hang on, let me just find him. Arthur, you're on 383. So, Mike, you are literally breathing down Arthur's neck, which is amazing. But we've got some other people in the team. This is my personal team. So this is Michael Ford, who's on 95 packs. Well done to you, Michael, if you're watching this. Fantastic job. And also Cindy Derbyshire, she's crept up another pack at 14. And also Stephen Pakovich on 31. I know I'm taking a little bit of airtime here, guys, but I think it's important that we give our team a shout out. I want to congratulate Alan Shankman at 30 packs. Pradeep Patel. Now Pradeep is a new member. He only joined a few weeks ago, and he's on 36 already, which is incredible. And I've got a big team, so I can't go through all the names, but I just want to say a massive congratulations and a big shout out, and well done, guys, because you're doing an awesome job. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Arthur just to say a few words, introduce yourself as co-host, and I'll shut up, and then we'll open it up to questions if you like.
Hey guys, yeah. So just very quickly, so in this, actually, we're gonna have like the biggest hangout to date, I believe. We're gonna have another probably 2 people joining us shortly, but we need to start using another platform very soon. Yes. So guys, we do it every week. We don't just go over the presentation because we want this to be highly interactive. It's not really just about Steve or myself, but it's really about everyone. So we treat it sometimes as a training tool, sometimes just to kind of update on what's going on with FutureNet, what's new, etc. So for example, this week they've actually contacted us. We've got a small group of leaders where we are interacting with the company directly in order to further improve the platform. So we get feedback from our teams, then we pass that onto the team over at FutureNet, and then kind of brainstorm as to how to further develop the product. So we already know that personal profiles as well as the social media platform itself will be updated. So that is happening. We knew about that, but of course, various companies, they tell you anything to sell. That's pretty much their tactic. But this company actually is implementing. What they say they typically do, of course, is software-based, just like anything online these days. So there are slippages, just like with anything, but things happen. Things get implemented, so profiles will be updated, social media will be updated, multimedia they're still working on it. Yeah, and everything is really kind of running very smoothly. The teams are growing. external sources of income that keep on working on adding more and more and more and more. And I can see this business to be out there for a number of years. To be honest, we post, me and Steve, every single day. And I've actually been thinking about it today. Because when you see people sometimes, they've got that really kind of burning desire and they're really hot on a business. They promote it like hell for the first few weeks. And then all of a sudden they stop posting. They stop making videos simply because they've got nothing else to talk about. You've kind of exhausted all your options. All that's left is pretty much the motivation and keep the guys going, but there's nothing else about the business that you can add. With this, we have information, we have constant influx of new stuff that we can talk about pretty much almost on a daily basis. So that's what makes us exciting, and that's why, as you can see from the panel here, this is the biggest yet. I've never seen this many people being here with us, so it's a great achievement, and actually big shout out also to my guys, Richard, Ali, and Craig, who are now buying ad packs, who are now more committed in growing their teams. So yeah, well done, guys. And yes, over to you, Steve, or actually anyone else, because guys, we can treat this as a training session. So if you would like us to quickly go over matrices or FutureAdPro to explain exactly how they're linked with matrices, because that's probably a kind of advanced stuff that not everyone gets at this point.
Yeah, I was just gonna quickly say we can definitely do that, Arthur. I know you want to make use of that Snagit tool you bought, so I know. I was just going to follow up on what you were saying about there's so much going on with this platform, and I always find it strange to think actually we got a big group, this international team that we have. We've got over 2,500 members, and like you say, even people come into this business, they come onto the platform and they're very excited, they're very passionate about it for a few weeks, and then they kind of stop talking about it. But for people like myself, I know Arthur and the people on this Hangout, we never stop talking about it because there is so much going on, and I think this is something that people need to understand. And I think you can say this in a general way about all businesses. If you're not passionate, if you're not enthusiastic, if you're not finding things to talk about with your business, then how are you going to get anyone come and join you? No, because if you're not talking about it, how would you expect anybody to want to be part of it? And this is what I love about FutureNet, is because there is so much going on, there is so much to talk about, and these Hangouts they can literally go on for 2 or 3 hours because there is so much to talk about. And even this week, I've seen the company post some new graphic images of some of the changes that they've made to the actual social platform. So, I mean, that's exciting in itself. We're going to get a new version of this social media site, which, if we're all honest, we always going to compare it to Facebook because that's what we use day to day in our everyday lives. That's our main #1 social media platform. But to see FutureNet now making these upgrades and cleaning up the site, making it a little bit more professional, making it a bit more sophisticated, I think this is terrific for the long-term, for their long-term strategy, and I'm just really excited about that. So there's always something to talk about. There's no question about that. So anybody else want to chip in? Don't be shy. How you getting on, Matt?
Oh, sorry, just take a sip of my drink. Yeah, I'm doing very well actually. Thank you very much. Thanks for asking. Just building my business each day. It's growing each day, as you can see by my postings on Facebook. But yeah, it's going really good actually. It's the best online business I've been in for over 3 or 4 years really. It's really because you can actually see your money coming in every 15 minutes, and yeah, it's quite surprised me really, because I was posting on other Facebook groups a couple of years, just bits and pieces, just selling like affiliate products, JVZoo and stuff like that, yeah, but not kind of really making any money with just bits and pieces of $50 here and there. I become a member of a top tier company last year, and I made a few $1,000 commission. Great, but it's very, very hard to promote. I find the big top tiers people, they're interested, but they haven't got the money to invest. But with FutureNet, it's free to join, and plus the minimum cost is $10, and that's for the matrix positions. And also, like, if you want to buy an app at $50, that's no money. And plus, you can once you get the confidence and seeing the money grow each week or each day, you get addicted to it, and you can actually see the money turn up, turn over. Yeah, it's just absolutely superb. And I've also found with FutureNet, you've got a double bubble situation. Like, you can advertise your products within the program or in the platform, so you're making commissions from your other affiliate programs, and on the back burner, you're making money with Traffic Monsoon. So it's a win-win situation, and it's just absolutely superb, And each day, we're all getting stronger, Money's coming in. You can see your money going up. All your ad packs are going up each day, You can't beat it. It's superb,
I've got to say, that I noticed this week particularly, it just seemed that my packs were growing at a really phenomenal rate. I don't know whether something's happened in the last couple of days, whether they've actually generated more revenue in the company, but certainly my packs have grown significantly this week, and which is a great sign.
I think what it is, people are getting more they're getting more trust within the system, and that's why it's probably growing, and people get paying more ad packs, and people are buying like iCloud or more products, and then you see your revenue going up each day. But I think FutureNet is really growing, and this is just the start. Don't forget, we've only been in for about 4 or 5 weeks, so this is the early days, So in a year's time, it's going to explode, really, And I'll tell you what. I can see what's going to happen in the next future. Is in August, all right? I can see a lot of people leaving Traffic Monsoon. I know it's a competitor, and actually joining FutureNet. I can really see that. Definitely.
I think what will happen is, this is just my personal opinion, is that there are a number of revenue share companies out there, and we all know them. I'm not going to go mentioning names, but the reality is, I think a lot of people will actually start to spread their business amongst the sort of 3 or 4 major companies, and I've already had some messages from people involved in a very well-known one, which is probably the most well-known actually, been around the longest, actually coming to me and saying, look, I want to buy 100 packs. How much is it going to cost? I want to spread my risk, etc. So they're now seeing FutureNet, even though we've literally only just started, like you said, we're in the first 3 months.
Well, it's early days.
Since launch, I mean, it's unbelievable. We're right at the very beginning of this business. And people are now looking to us as a safe haven because they understand that the way that the platform is structured, the way the business is structured, is that there are all of these different income-generating systems within the platform that is going to give it the long-term sustainability that we're all looking for. And that's what it is, that we're all looking for longevity in our business. And we've seen so many companies come and go. So many companies last a couple of years and then just disappear. Even traditional MLM businesses we've seen, which are nothing to do with rev shares. We've seen those types of businesses come and go. We've seen people invest a lot of time, effort, energy, and money into these companies, and then after a couple of years, they're gone. And so people are getting sick and tired of that, and that's why they're looking for a platform that has built-in longevity because of the way that they put it together.
So, and also with FutureNet, you can build your income each day, and it also gives you money you can use to either say buy ad packs, more ad packs, or you can buy solo ads, or you can buy PPC. It gives you money to play with, to do these things, to build your business, or you just buy ad packs, It's such a good such a good platform, It's got so much more within the platform than Traffic Monsoon has. That's a good Traffic Monsoon is a good platform, very good, but I think FutureNet's got more to offer, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And this is really just the beginning because we've been discussing with the company actually today we've been making some recommendations as to what changes we can make to FutureAdPro to further improve the business. But no other platform will have that option where they have part of the business ready and prepared to implement whatever else they might add. So that's the big bonus. That's FutureNet has that social media platform, and if they want to launch a completely new product, they can do it within days. This is the biggest difference. That's why I love it. And after all, FutureAdPro is always going to be a traffic exchange. So this shouldn't be a core business. This should be a platform that allows you to generate leads or generate sales. And this is what we will be focusing on very much as this group as well as other groups. And so our focus when it comes to improvements and further developments of the platform will be to enhance, to improve the quality. Because we want external companies to be advertising. And imagine that. So we actually have external companies rather than just us individuals.
But also the traffic within FutureNet is absolutely so targeted. You can't go wrong really. And there's people pay out say $50, for say 200 clicks on a solo ad, and we're getting it virtually for free in a way. But obviously we've got to buy ad packs. But it's so targeted. So you're getting profits within your other affiliate programs. So it's it's great. It's superb.
Yeah. So that's the thing because I was actually going through the platform and every single section today and making suggestions to the company as to what they could add. And then I clicked on watch ads, and you've got widescreen and just that offer in front of you. And I thought, actually, possibly we don't need to see any banners at the top or left, because that's just a distraction. Let that person solely focus on what they're supposed to be focusing on, that particular offer. And if the business is appealing to them, then they can click, rather than being distracted and looking at all over the place and looking at different things that you can actually see. So it's a different way of, I suppose, presenting. That's what's making it so successful.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, do you mind if I just jump in?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was just about to say that we've already taken enough.
Right. So the marketing plan. There isn't much information other than what is on the marketing plan. Is there any way that you guys can go through them? Because I mean, we've got the free members, right? That you can join in for free, which you can use the social media sites, etc. But that's basically where it ends for the free members, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So and then from there on, you need to lock your spot in a matrix, right? Which starts from $10.
Yes.
Okay. And then from there on, you can buy ad packs, or you can do the affiliate size and go into whichever level you want to go, right?
Yes, it's separate. It's like a separate stream. One is rev share, and the other side is the matrix side. It's not. It's connected, but it's a different.
Right. So you don't have to lock your spot in the matrix.
No, it's a different stream, I think.
The ad pack. So you can. So that could be like the one thing you do if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yes, if you just want to do rev share,
it's just another stream. Sorry. It's just another string to your bow. Sorry.
If you want to do the rev share, you can just do the rev share. You don't have to do the matrix. But one thing though, if you start pulling out money from the rev share, 5% of that will automatically go to the matrix.
No, that's fine. I wasn't sure because I know a lot of people, but you only pay out 1% at the moment, don't you? 1% a day.
Around.
Around. Right? It's quite lower to the others, but you've got the 5 level down, don't you?
That's exactly it. That's the biggest difference.
Great for affiliates, which is not going to be great for the rev sharing side.
So, Anik, the thing is that because you participate in it and you show that you're actually making money, without doing much recruitment, you're actually attracting people to the platform.
No, I understand that. I'm just coming from just the rev sharing side of it. I know the bigger picture is what matters.
Yeah.
Because I'm the affiliate side. I'm just trying to find out the way from, like this other gentleman, for example, explained. The other platform hasn't got all the other things like FutureNet does, social media side, the matrix, all the extra amazing things that you can sell. But the rev sharing side is quite small compared to the other platforms. So my question is, what would appeal for them to move over to FutureNet just from the rev sharing side?
My personal view is that it's stability. Yes, of course, we would all love to be making, 2-3% return on the revenue, but you have to be a little bit concerned about companies that offer that type of percentage, because you have to understand that the money that is generated to pay those kind of percentages has to come from the company itself. It has to be making money, and so a lot of these rev shares are offering, in my view, too much of a percentage. They don't have enough external revenue sources, and so I feel that a lot of these companies are not necessarily going to have the longevity. So I want, like I said at the beginning, I want a business that I'm going to still be involved in 5-10 years time. I don't want to have to start all over again in another 6 months or another 12 months and do the whole thing, and start from scratch. I want to be able to build this business. There's a career plan in this company. They've actually got a career plan because they see it as a long term. Now, that's the big pull for me. It's that longevity. It's the stability. It's knowing that there's not as much risk involved. And let's be honest, even at 1%, what are we really saying here? We're just spending 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes a day, clicking on 10 ads. For me, there's nothing easier. There is nothing out there online that is easier than doing that to generate some revenue. Now, we're not all going to be millionaires from it, but there's going to be people out there that will. Carry on.
Yeah, Anik, so that's by far the biggest thing, because we've all heard about the company that collapsed earlier this week. They've been around for a month, for 1 month.
No, that's just
and then there was also another one starting with the word ultimate.
Yeah.
Lasted for about 5 months, and it was bye ultimate.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get that money eventually, but it's gonna take a little bit longer. That's all it is.
Okay, no, that's fantastic. Thank you. Great information. Now, is there any possible way that you are going to be going through the marketing plan today?
So essentially, the marketing plan covers matrices, multimedia platform, and FutureAdPro. That's more or less what the marketing plan is. The only thing that you do not possibly know about is the multimedia sales, where you make money. You make 50%. So you sell a product. Let's say you produce an ebook. If you're going to sell it.
Oh yes, no, I actually found out all about that today because someone was wanting to do that, and that's one of the first reasons on your marketing plan, which is not really a big thing unless you're a marketer, right? Unless you're a producer.
Do you actually want Arthur to go through the plan for you? We're happy to do that.
If that is any way possible, that would be fantastic. I mean, I don't want to take up all your time. If it's not something that you naturally do, I can speak to any one of you outside of this. I jumped on because I thought I really wanted to know.
Anik is perfect. So just give me a second. I will just open up the official presentation that they have, FutureNet on there.
Oh, excellent. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go quickly through it. Just need to wait for my browser to load. Who's calling me?
It's not me.
Okay, 1 second. I just need to open up the. Now I've got 10,000 different tabs open. Okay, I'm gonna start sharing again. Okay, so essentially you've got. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got 2 marketing plans with FutureNet that they've produced. So they kind of divided straight away FutureAdPro from the rest of the business. Essentially, that's pretty much what it is. So as soon as you see what you see here, So social media bonus, that's for effectively being active on the platform itself. So every single member who participates and who's active or who posts, chats, likes, etc. gets paid. So that's the social media bonus. So then multimedia bonus, sales bonus, that's related to selling your own products. Advertising sales, again, that's more to do with advertising. So that's kind of goes into the FutureAdPro. Friends bonus, that's the matrix. Matching bonus is the matrix. Leader bonus is the matrix. And career plan, that's effectively for both. So you have two separate career plans, one for FutureAdPro and one for I actually call them paid memberships, because essentially that's what it is. I don't try to position them as matrices, because as soon as you say matrix, people say pyramid, and all of a sudden you got yourself into a silly discussion of why this isn't. You're kind of defending the program rather than being a consultant and educator. So that's why, and to be honest, it's kind of a reverse anyhow. It's a reverse pyramid. So social media platform, so this is what we do. We had a guy actually who commented that he's not making any money. He made like 2 cents. And everything that we've been saying that it's just like Facebook but actually pays you, it is true, but you have to be active. If someone actually isn't posting, liking, commenting, then they're going to make any money. And why would the company be paying them any money? So it's more about giving it some thought, the platform itself. You have to think about what the guys are trying to do here. They are releasing all these things. They are paying us to keep us on the platform for as long as possible. Because the longer you stay on the platform, sorry guys, that was my wife calling.
Man.
It's not a scripted hangout, so yes, we get all sorts of things. That's something I'm going to cover in a second as well. Okay, so yes, the more...
Nice ringtone.
Yeah, I think I'll have to answer it in a second. Yes, so the more active you are, the more money you're going to make on the platform itself. And the longer you're staying on the platform, the lower the bounce rate, the higher the website goes in the Alexa ranking. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to boost it to become the top 1,000 sites. And then they're really going to start attracting some solid, big marketers, marketing companies or any set of companies that will be then placing their ads on the platform. So social media platform, that's what it is. Every single member, free member, paid member, they are part of this, and as soon as they start interacting, they are being paid. Multimedia bonus, so this is where you sell products, and you can sell your own products. This is where you make 50% commission. 40% goes back into the marketing plan, and it's into the rev share system, and 10% is kept by the company to maintain servers, infrastructure, etc. But also, of course, you have products that the company is selling. So they've got their own blog, landing platforms, landing pages, video momentum systems, etc. So the money from there, what they're making from there, also goes back into the rev share and to support all the marketing plans and even the social media bonus. That's being partially covered by that. And then you also have this. So yes, so if you're gonna, so the sales bonus, if you're gonna introduce someone to the business, and then that person then buys a landing page system, paying, using their wallet or bank account, you are being paid for it as well. And up to the 10th level, people are still being paid for it. So that's another thing. So as I kind of always say this in my videos, that whatever products you see on a website, whether those products are developed by the company or not, those are being distributed back among the members, among active members. So there isn't a product out there where we're not somehow indirectly or directly being paid for. So this is why you've got, so the sales bonus, the difference between multimedia is you selling your own products. Sales bonus is you promoting FutureNet's products on a platform. And by promoting, all you have to do is introduce people to the company. And that's all. And then, of course, as soon as you have someone joining a team, they buy a product, you're being paid, and then 9 people above you are being paid as well. So that's how that's the whole structure. And advertising sales, so that's something that we're working on it. And then, of course, you've got these paid memberships. I actually call them paid memberships because, let me go back to the platform. When I go to here, to the cog, and then I go to overview limits, and this is something that I'm actually getting changed. I'm actually getting the company to change this. As you can see, depending on your level, if you are a free member, you have certain limits. So how many times you can post on the board, how many friends requests you can send, etc. But as soon as you're going to pay that $10, $25, $50, etc., your limits are being lifted or lowered. So you've got more flexibility. You're allowed to do more things on the platform itself. And soon there will be, it's going to be like a ladder, effectively. $500 and $1,000, they will have different limits as well. I'm getting that changed actually with the company. This is why this is also, I call these matrices paid memberships, and as a kind of a byproduct or whatever, the company is also giving you a position in the matrix. So that $10 gives you an opportunity of earning $44,000, etc. We all know how it goes, and to be honest, you have to explain the entire business to someone for them to really understand why matrices is so powerful. People are saying, and having kind of people who understand this business completely, they know that matrix is the biggest moneymaker. The rev share business isn't so big as the matrices are. It's because you go into the infinite loop and it never ends. Probably, I'm not sure if I'll have the time actually to do it today, but okay, so these are matrices, and then you've got the friends bonus. So every time when someone gets introduced within your team to matrices, someone pays that $10 all the way up to $1,000, you're being paid 5%, as we know, and that goes to the 10th level. So it's 3 by 10 matrix. It doesn't matter whether it's you actually introducing someone personally who joins your team, or it's going to be someone within your team who's going to introduce someone else to the platform itself. So there you go. So this shows you, for example, if you join to the exclusive level, so to the $100 level, so you're going to buy 10, 25, 50, and then 100. For every person you join that joins your team and pays all that, you'll be making $27.75. So that's for free partners. And then it shows how quickly it grows and how much money effectively you can make from this platform. Matching bonus, so again, this is a check match. If you introduce someone to the business and they make money, you can make up to 50% extra of what they're making. So if one of your partners, you introduce someone, they make $1, you make 50 cents, up to 50 cents. If they make $10, you make $5 effectively extra on top of it. And then you also have the leader bonus. So this is based on, at that point, you need to ensure that your structures are developed to a certain level. So all of them, friends bonus, matching bonus, and leader bonus are all part of the matrix system or the paid membership system. So as soon as you have 6 personal referrals, and then 3 of them have 3 personal referrals, then all of a sudden the leader bonus kicks in, and you're being paid 1% extra from earnings of your entire funnel, and this one goes to infinity. So it doesn't matter that someone is on your 20th level and makes money, you make 1% of that, of everyone. So this one is also really powerful. We're going to see some big numbers coming in, especially probably in 6 months' time or 12 months' time, when that leader bonus, once structures are properly developed to that kind of 8th, 9th, 10th level, then we're going to see some big money coming in from the leader bonus itself. And yeah, as you can see, there is a certain requirement to qualify for higher leader bonus. So you've got that certain turnover that your team need to make, and also the monthly turnover required to qualify for that 7%. And a career plan, of course. So yeah, we're nearly towards the end. I wanted to kind of go through it quite quickly. So this is the most exciting part. So as soon as you start developing your structure to a certain level, and you've got to have certain partners introduced. So for example, if you have 3 partners in your team who received a smartphone, then you qualify for the tablet or laptop, etc. And it goes like that. So actually, we are all going for the Porsche, and it is possible, because with all these platforms and companies, they can promise you all these things, and they can tell you that, oh, you can win a house or whatever. But what if the system goes down next month? Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to materialize. This is why we're going for long term. That's why I'm actually spending a lot of my time working directly with the company, making these changes to help everyone out. to make sure that we're actually going to have this business out there for another 2, 3, or 5 years, because that's the most important thing. So even daily returns are not so important. It's about a business being out there. You actually having the opportunity to withdraw money, because of course you can keep on buying services, etc. But until you've actually started withdrawing, you've got nothing. You've just wasted your time effectively. This is why it's so important to focus on the whole picture of what this company actually offers. And then you've got this turnover. So again, this is the company, for example. So 5 personal business partners, 20,000 points. As soon as you log into the system, you will see the number of points that you currently have and how many you still need in order to qualify for the smartphone, etc. Yeah, so that's the career plan, and of course this page is the most interesting. All right, and lots of payments. This they already need to update. We know that they have another probably like 10 that they've added in the meantime. So the company's really going fast, and yeah. Okay, yeah, that's it. So that's in a nutshell. I wanted to go through it quickly because I know that you guys, of course, have other things that you would like to share as well and contribute. So I've stopped sharing for now.
Thank you very much. That was perfect. Thank you.
Really just ask away, just post it into our group. Yeah, if you have any other questions about that, or if you need a short video explaining a particular element into greater detail.
No, thank you so much.
I just wanted to quickly show you guys. I've actually got. Hang on, which way is it? There's the smartphone. I actually won that in my first. I think it was my first month. So you know, you genuinely do get the prizes, you know, and I'm working towards the laptop. So I'm hoping that that Mike's getting close to getting his phone. I'm not sure about you, Arthur. Are you getting closer or not?
Closer every day. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah. So
100 points. I mean, 1,600 points to get my smartphone.
see, when you get your smartphone, I'm going to get my laptop. So
Really?
come on, guys, come on. And I need a laptop.
Put somebody under me.
So we got plenty of people on the panel. We got Friedrich from Australia, and it's good to have you on the panel, Friedrich. If you wanna, are you unmuted? I think you're unmuted. If you wanna introduce yourself, if you can still hear me, are you there? May have gone to sleep. You there, Friedrich? It doesn't look as though it looks like he's just dropped off for a moment. So, Dave, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Steve. You alright, man? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, hi everyone. Nice to see a few new faces here tonight. A couple of things I'd like to mention, if I can. One is just the lady was mentioning there about the rev share being a little bit lower than other rev shares, and probably a particular one that we all know about, which was a little bit of upheaval last week. And I've seen quite a few discussions about it, but what I haven't seen anyone mention or fail to mention, I'm wondering if I'm missing the point here. Well, okay, I'll say the name. Traffic Monsoon. It returns your ad pack returns you $55, if I'm correct. But FutureAdPro returns $60, doesn't it? Am I right in that?
Close.
But there's a 5% goes back to the matrix, and then the other 5% goes to your advertising wallet, which you can only use to buy membership or what was it? To buy more views for your website.
Okay, so
5% for both.
So you purchase a $50 pack that gives you 800 ad views.
Yeah.
And then the company is paying you, and then what they're saying is that for every $50 you spent, you're going to get $60 back, providing that the company is making sales. You're getting $60 back. But that $60, you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, that $60, it is being drip fed back to you every 15 minutes based on their turnover, etc. So typically at the moment that fluctuates around 1%. So you get 50 cents every single day from an ad pack, roughly, again, just to have that kind of rounded figures there. So they're paying you every 15 minutes, but what they're doing here at this moment, that money that they're paying you splits into two portions. So every 15 minutes, you're getting a portion of the revenue, and then depending on the number of ad packs, that's how many portions you're getting. But that money is being split. So 95% of it, 95% of they're giving you, 95% is going into your online account. And then 5% of it, 5%, I need a mouse mat, goes into the advertising account. Advertising account, this money here, you can use in order to upgrade your membership, so to be able to actually get paid from deeper levels of, so when your team develops to the 4th and 5th level, so that you still qualify, you need to be at the level 5, for example. So this advertising account, so what people are actually doing now, instead of buying 12-month membership, they're buying 6-month membership, and during that 6 months, they're waiting for the advertising account to build up to afford renewing for another 6 months, etc., or then buying 12 months up front. That's what people can do. So this advertising account, you spend it, it goes towards the membership, and also you can increase ad views using this advertising account money. So in here, as Steve actually used quite a good term for this, these are heavily discounted because this is effectively your own money that this platform has generated. This is why when you want to add views to be able to display your offers on the traffic exchange platform, for every $5 that you have here, you can buy 1,000 ad views, 1,000 additional ad views. And that's the advertising account. Okay, so now we've got the 95% that went into your online account. This money then, you decide what you want to do, whether you want to withdraw it or whether you want to use that to repurchase more ad packs. Of course, you can just keep that money there and leave it and then decide what you want to do later on. You don't need to be taking action every single day. But typically, of course, we repurchase. So as soon as we have $50 there, we buy new ad packs because we know that through compoundness, we can accumulate them quicker and we can get to 1,000 quicker. But if you decided to withdraw, when you start withdrawing and you request a withdrawal, that again splits into two sections. 95% of that withdrawal amount you're going to keep, and that's going to go into your bank account. So let's pretend that this is B. It's not a pretty B at all. 95% goes here, and then 5%, what am I drawing here? 5% of this is going to go into, they call it a savings account. Savings account is like a little pot, and that money just then builds up and grows until it allows you to purchase your next position in the matrix, and that's being triggered automatically. So let's say, Anik, for example, you said that, and that's true. You don't need to be buying any positions in a matrix. You can just start with FutureAdPro and just do FutureAdPro initially. So let's say that you have 6 matrix positions empty. You have not purchased any of them. So it means that in order to start that process, you will have to start from the $10 one. So as soon as you start withdrawing, so you will have to withdraw $200 effectively. So $200, 95%, so $190 is going to go into your bank account, and then $10 will go into your savings account. And that $10 will be enough to trigger your first matrix. And here is where the beauty of this system really starts kicking in. As soon as you do, let's say you're here, people who are 10 levels above you are getting paid. They're going to get paid, and they'll be paid 50 cents each, plus the matching bonus, plus the leader bonus. So 50 cents each, because you've just made a withdrawal, and at the same time you've just purchased a position in a matrix. So imagine that at some point, 6, 9, 12 months, whatever, People are making, your teams are making withdrawals every day. Or for example, like us, when we get to 1,000 packs level, we will be withdrawing every single day. Or we will be withdrawing once a week, but much bigger amounts, at least like $700, $800, $900. Every single time, substantial amount will be added to this savings account, will be triggering purchases of matrices, and people will be paid for it as well. So and also, you've got to remember that this never finishes. This never ends. Once you complete and purchase all the matrices, the entire process is being reactivated. The entire thing starts over. You're not building a structure from the beginning. You're maintaining the structure. So this is the matrix. Let's say that you purchased a position somewhere. You are here, somewhere here, and then of course you've got people who are going to get paid up to the very first to 10th level. Your position, when you finish this completely, when you complete it and you buy another position in the matrix, you're actually renewing. So let's say that you bought that position, it goes grey because people got paid from that position, and it's gone. It's not active anymore. You're reactivating that position. It becomes amber or whatever again, and people are being paid again. And you, of course, for $10 position, you're of course getting again 1,000 media points. So you can use media points to buy products from the platform, or to use some of the media points to purchase products from the online store that will be launching soon. And this never finishes. You keep going. As soon as you've finished one round, you're reactivating more and more and more and more, and then people are being paid again. Yeah? How's my pretty drawing?
I thought that, yeah.
You guys see this?
Right, okay. Yeah, that's kind of makes sense. Yeah, thanks for that.
You know, this is it's very, very different from something like Traffic Monsoon, where you know with Traffic Monsoon you're getting X percentage and that's it. You withdraw it and that's your money. With this,
yeah.
You know, they're using this money in a different way, and it's difficult to say. You know, out of those $10, how much as a percentage is actually going into the matrix and is withdrawn. So you said 5%.
I know. I've got this already. I've got this here. So basically, the company, I've already worked it out. So let's say that you take $200 out. $10 is going to go towards the matrix. Do you guys see this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it big enough? Yeah. So if you withdraw $200, $10 is going to go to support matrices, and then as soon as you do, you are here. So let's say Joanne has withdrawn $200 from the account, and she's here. Then that's going to trigger commissions for people 10 levels above her. So this is your structure. Let's say that Tim was the very first person introduced to the company. Tim is right at the top. And then Tim introduced John, then Carol, Louise, Russell, Ahmed, Kim, Hassan, Deepak, Robert, and then Joanne. And Joanne at that bottom level, at that very bottom, has actually withdrawn money. So all these guys will be paid, and altogether, the company will have to pay out $6.07. That's rough estimate. Quite likely someone's going to be at that leader level, so they're going to have that maximum qualification for the earnings, and then someone's going to get paid the matching bonus, and then that again depends on their level, whether they are in the exclusive level or not. That quite likely is going to be 25 cents. But anyhow, it rarely exceeds $7. $7 is more or less how much it is. And then, of course, you've got the entire career plan that needs to be funded somehow as well. Of course, the company's not, yeah, it's coming from the members, but that's more or less how much it is. So 70%, 75, probably maximum 80%, I believe. And then, of course, the rest of it is to support the company infrastructure, etc. Yeah, so that's the beauty. That's
Awesome.
Yeah.
You happy with that, Dave? Does that sort of clear that all up?
Yeah, yes, that's fine. Thanks, guys. I think probably just being that used with the way the Traffic Monsoon have done it over the last year or so that I've been involved with that, and I just sort of got that vision in my head, and this is different. and it just sort of needed refreshed in my head, really. But yeah, that's.
You need to just
sorry, Arthur. I was just going to say that, you know, from the point of view of differentiating between the two companies, you know, we've got these 5 levels of commissions, which, you know, no other rev share company has, as far as I know. And you know, when I look at this does suit people that can obviously build a team, but the reality is, because we have the social platform, because we have the matrix, it makes it easier in many ways to be able to build a team, and of course then you get access to those 5 levels of commissions. And you know, my business has exploded purely and simply because of those 5 levels. You know, I've got over 200, I think it's 206 people now in my team in the five tiers of commissions. So, and that's, you know, that's really incredible. And when I look at, I mean, I'm in Traffic Monsoon. Everybody knows that. That was my first rev share that I got into. But you know, when I compare the two, I'm like, this is a no-brainer. This is hands down the best there is. And it doesn't matter about the fact that it maybe pays out a little bit slower. I want the longevity, but I can make more money on those 5 levels than I could ever do that with Traffic Monsoon, unless I was, you know, one of those people that could build thousands and thousands of packs, which again, in my view, is, I don't know whether that's sustainable. I've still got my doubts on it. It really does depend on the traffic, the quality of the traffic that they present, as to whether that is sustainable. So,
guys, you can look into this. So that's why I shared whilst Steve was talking. I'm not sure how many of you actually paid attention to the spreadsheet. It takes a minute to actually work out what's going on. But this is what I've also prepared to visualize why this 1% is a good thing, actually. So first and foremost, the higher the daily return, the quicker the company needs to actually start doing something to look for that money. Because as you know, if we are spending 50 and they're giving us 60 back, it's a $10 loss. So they need to find ways to get that $10 so that they can pay out. And of course, you've got the commissions kicking in, etc. So this is why lower, smaller is actually a lot safer. It improves the longevity of the system significantly. And also, when you look at the 5 levels deep, this is why I prepared it, because people don't get it. Imagine that, for example, you only find 5 partners with a system that only pays you on a first level. Even if they are repurchasing every single day, you've got 5, they pay 10% commission, so you make barely anything. So that's $25 that you're going to make in a single day. With this platform, you can actually make $2,000. So because if you're being paid to the 5th level, imagine that every single person brings only 5 people to the business. That's all they need to find. You're going to have 5 on the first level, then 25 on the second, then 125, 625, and 3,000 to 125 on the 5th level, because it's going to branch out like that. And I've also made some assumptions. I've assumed that, okay, let's just say that a small percentage of these people will actually go all the way to the top. That we've got 5 people, so let's say that not even 10%, 10% only, not even 20%, just 10% of the people on the level 1 will go all the way to the 1,000 packs. And then let's say that only 20% will have 100 packs, no more. They're going to stop at the 100 packs. And then the rest of them, 70% of them, will actually going to have 10 packs, no more. So I've taken quite a conservative approach to explaining this. And then, of course, you go into the second level. You're being paid 4% commission, but you've got 25 people on this level already, because each of your 5 introduced 5 each. So, and then again, the same formula, 10% of them, 10% out of 25, so 2.5, they're going to go all the way to the top. That's going to make you $5,000. And daily repurchasing, so they have to keep on repurchasing to maintain that level, and that's going to be making you $40 every single day from their daily repurchasing. But then it goes further. And then, of course, just this level alone, just that 10% at the very top, will be making you every single day $1,600. and then you've got people, and then you've got that smaller group. They'll be making you daily $400, and then you've got that, sorry, the biggest basket of people who only have 10 packs, no more. They're going to be making $140. So altogether, as soon as this is fully completed, developed, you're making $2,000 daily from referrals alone. I'm not including that $500 that the platform will be generating for you as soon as you hit that $1,000 pack. So that's what happens. And also, once people get there, once this is developed to that level, you're also going to make $254. Sorry, $1,000. That's how much you will be making. $254,000 you're going to make, and then $2,000 every single day. That's why it's once you kind of get a hang of this and you understand the compensation plan and what they do and how it works, this is what's pushing me to be helping this company so much. Kind of dedicating a lot of my time on ensuring that this bug is fixed, the experience increases, because I want this to be out there for 5 years, 10 years. Because as soon as we get to that 5th level or 10th level in the matrix, big money is going to start kicking in. Some seriously big money. Guys, I've taken a lot of your time. I must have been talking more than Steve, and that doesn't happen.
I've tried to keep quiet. That's an awesome explanation. I just wanted to ask Anik, is that kind of giving you a bit more clarity on the business and the compensation plan? And
yes, no, absolutely. This was great. It's exactly what I wanted for the last week. I've only been in this for like a week, not even. So I've been trying to go through internet and Google and my sponsor, and that my sponsor are all very hyped about recruiting. So I never actually get information because I love recruiting, love it, awesome. And I loved your explanation, Arthur. I think it was fantastic, perfectly explained. And if I could have this hangout, that would be amazing. Because you explained it beautifully and very clearly. I couldn't do that again.
Yeah, of course, we have it already. We are already streaming it to YouTube, so you can download it and upload it to your own channel as well. So yes.
Excellent. That's fantastic. No, this is brilliant. The one question I have though, because the mass of your people that you're going to recruit is going to be on the free membership until you entice them to buy more, right? So on the free, just the free one, you get paid just to be active, right? There's no breakdown of that, is there?
They will never tell you.
No.
Basically,
Okay.
they don't want people to be too clever, and so let's say that they've told us that if you chat, they're going to pay you the most from the chat itself. They know that all people will be doing is chatting. Nobody will be posting and liking.
No, sure, I get that. I just found something, but it's Google.
Yeah, so we know, but this is unofficial. So we've kind of been told that chatting pays you the most, but logically, activities that will ensure that you're spending the more time you spend, will kind of be pulling you into the system to stay on the platform.
Sorry, come on.
Yeah, so that's whatever you.
Sorry. Okay, you go ahead.
So all these things that ensure that you're spending a considerable amount of time on the platform, they're going to be paid. That's essentially what they do.
Right. So there's nothing like if you spend 5 minutes on it, you get paid so much. You spend half an hour and you get paid so much.
No.
No. So you just randomly spend time on it and you hope you get paid.
Yeah, they're never going to tell you. It's actually probably safer that they don't. It needs to be more spontaneous, like Facebook is.
Sure. But yes, no. Great. Perfect.
Chat and game. According to based on
well,
what
that's the best thing to tell people to do. Go play games online. I'm not going to do that.
I think
Thank you.
The whole point of what the owners of FutureNet are trying to do is trying to keep people on the platform, because what they want to do is they want to attract businesses to come and advertise on the social platform, just like businesses do on Facebook. Now, of course, we've said this before, they're not as sophisticated at the moment, but they're developing the platform all the time. They're continually working on it and improving it. But the main thing from their point of view, and this is why they brought the rev share into the business model, is to attract the marketers to go out and spread the message, right? Because they want people on this social platform. They want us to go out there and bring people on for free. They want to get lots and lots of members of the platform so that they can then go out and advertise this as a great advertising platform for regular business, so that they can start doing advertising, sponsored ads, and banner ads, etc. So the way they do that is to offer people this option to be able to generate some revenue from interacting and engaging on the platform, just like they would on Facebook. They're trying to get people off of Facebook onto FutureNet and spend more time. They're never going to give away the secret systems of how you're best going to make that money, because it would, like Arthur was saying, it would destroy destroy the platform, because people would only be focused on that one thing.
They need to call and video on there. That'd be awesome. Because it's pretty good, isn't it? I've been spending a lot of time in it, and most people's minds going in there is making money or selling something to make money. So it's going to be mostly advertising right now, isn't it? Whereas Facebook is all social, mostly, unless you're a business.
So at the moment, because the very first people, no, that's not exactly. So they got to about 200,000 members level up until January, February this year, but it took them 2 years or 2.5 years to get to that. But that's pure organically. So no network marketers, no one involved, purely word of mouth, etc. That's how it spread. But then since end of February, beginning of March, up until now, we brought another 350,000. So the company said, okay, let's put some big guns and let's introduce something that's going to really attract the attention. So that's when they decided, okay, rather than spending hundreds of thousands on advertising and get people onto this platform, let's pay some guys and do it for us. So this is why they introduced the rev share. They know that they are lost with the rev share, just like any other business. But at least this is the only company that I said that they will be able to make the money back, because they have all the other things that will be able to fund it.
No, I love that you have multi streams of income with one company. I think that's fantastic, and I love that it's worldwide. You can do it anywhere.
Yeah,
I love that.
As soon as the app is out, this is going to be the next big thing. So two things: e-wallets. The US is going to go mental as soon as that really kicks in. I know that they're waiting for it crazy. Everyone, to be honest. Us in the UK, we have Nutella, so we're not crying so much. Nutella is brilliant. So whatever country, whenever you can use Nutella, by far the best thing. But then everyone's waiting for the e-wallet, because you're going to get a credit card, you're going to go to the ATM and withdraw straight away. So all the processing fees will go down, etc. So this is the big thing. But mobile phone, the app that they're going to release. So Asia and Africa, especially as the continents, because over there, you don't really see people having laptops or desktop computers. They literally do everything on their phones. So as soon as that kicks in, and then they improve the social media part, that will be somehow helping with the interaction, making it more intuitive. As soon as they do that, then it's really going to go viral. Alexa climbing up again. Then
echo. Oh, you're breaking up like crazy.
Okay. So cash links will be the FutureAdPro again. Then we also going to have login ads, etc. So that platform is going to see an influx of people actually migrating over from other elements, because with FutureAdPro, soon free members will be able to earn money as well, because they're going to introduce something similar that TM offers at the moment. So that's going to be a big boost to the platform as well.
Excellent. So there's, and sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm taking over your whole thing tonight. So there's nothing, when you go in, when you join, right, you get an email say welcome, and that's it, you're in, and you don't know what to do next. It's very, and then there's like 2 different sites that you need to go. You've got the ad person, and you've got the social site, but there's nothing saying connecting them together. You know, you need to actually go look for information to go into those.
So
isn't there anything out there that you can send people to and say, okay, I mean, we've done a little step-by-step thing, but you know, it's not very professional. It's just us talking.
So,
not me. I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing.
So always that person, that's going to help them out. So what we are working on, as soon as someone registers to the platform, they're going to receive a chat message from their sponsor right away. Whenever someone logs in for the very first time, once they signed up, sponsor's going to reach out to them. Is that you? Okay. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, so as soon as that happens, that message goes out to that person, and then the sponsor introduces himself automatically because of that trigger message to that person. And then they're starting a dialogue. And then the person is going to get introduced to these elements. Because, as you know, now we've spent, good 1 hour explaining the whole thing. So it's best for the sponsor to do it for that person, to introduce things step by step. Ultimately, people should start doing exactly what they're doing on Facebook. Rather than heavily sponsoring, promoting, sending links, etc., they should just actually start posting. Whatever happens to them that particular day, they should shoot a video, upload it to FutureNet, and start using it. Because ultimately, you've got to think about this as a long-term thing. So let's say, because again, big bonus and a big advantage is that there is no limitation as to how many friends you can have on FutureNet. So as soon as people start getting to that, as soon as you get to 10,000 friends or 20,000 friends, 30,000 friends, and you've actually been, rather than being a heavy recruiter or marketer, you've actually been kind of providing some value to your audience and to people who follow you, and then all of a sudden you promote a product, you're going to see sales, you're going to see leads. And it's not going to be just 5,000 people organic reach, but it's going to be 20,000 people. So that's what I see this long term, that's what I see the power. This is why people actually need to realize that it is business, you can make money with it, but treat it as a social media platform as well for future traffic generation. Not just now, of course you can do it straight away, but be clever about it, start building, promote value again. It's providing value, it's not about others, it's not about us. And that's going to happen, yes. So they need to treat it as a social media platform, but that's what we're trying to do. Connecting that person with their sponsor straight away. And that message can be fully customized. So the sponsor will be able to say exactly what they want to say in that message. As soon as they reach out, then you've got that connection. And then the sponsor, it's sponsor's responsibility to introduce all the business elements gradually, find out what they've done online, and educate effectively. And that person will be able to decide, okay, I'm interested more in this rather than this, so let's talk about this. Right. Yeah, I've just muted myself. Who wants to take over? I need to stop talking. My voice is going now.
I'll talk then. I did mute. I was muting everybody because there was a lot of feedback coming back from Arthur. So apologies if you suddenly muted. But I mean, it's been quite a value-packed hangout. It's now 9:10, so we've been going over the hour as per usual. We never can manage to do it within an hour. But I noticed we got. I'm hoping we got Friedrich back. Are you there, Friedrich? I did see you come back for. There he is.
Hi guys. Hi Steve.
How you doing, Friedrich? Good to see you, mate. I know you're down in Australia, so it's probably early hours in the morning. But
Yes,
be good to hear from you, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me here. It is indeed really, really early here. I got up about 4:30 in the morning. I had to do a few things, so I hardly had any sleep at all, probably 4 hours in total. So it's still pitch black outside, and we have now about 6:12 in the morning, so it's crazy. Everything runs wrong here. But yeah, no, I must say I'm so glad to be on this hangout here for the first time ever. And yeah, so my name is Friedrich Mandel. I'm from Australia down under. Steve, we have a little bit of history together. We've been in a few companies together, as you know. I just wanted to tell you guys how I actually got involved in this entire industry. That was actually a couple of years back. I was a security officer, actually working in the security industry for over 20 years. Painstaking job, long hours, frustration, putting up with all that crap. That somehow frustrated me as well. And hardly being at home, hardly having any free time for yourself. So as time moved on, I grew up basically in Europe, in Germany. I'm actually from Australia, but I grew up in Germany. And after spending half my life in Europe, came finally back to Australia. So I'm now 16 years back in Australia, and I continued with the security industry here as well. And it was funny, for about nearly 10 years now, I got approached from a guy, from a secret agent, MY agent, as they call themselves, the secret ones. We got more or less into some talks about the entire industry, what it is I'm doing, and how do I see my future and everything. And I thought, oh, that's a little bit sus. Why does he talk to me about it? But I listened to him. And as time progressed, I got involved in basically in MY, and that was my startup in basically into the industry. And I must say I learned so much, and I never experienced something like this before. And I can remember as I went to my first event down the Gold Coast here in Queensland, there was a speaker, that auditorium that was packed with people from all around the world, and most of Indian people. And they were so excited, and so you could really feel the static in the air. And there was that one guy, he was telling a story. He was basically more or less a bodyguard of Nelson Mandela in Africa as he was released from prison. And he was telling a story like as he was basically doing his job with protecting Nelson Mandela and his family and so on. And as things went on, and he went to a speech where Nelson Mandela held a speech, and basically all the people gathered around him, and his vision was having freedom for his people and everything. And what really struck me was at the event, as he talked about that. Sorry, I get a little bit emotional here, because that really was my dream and vision as well. As he spoke about this, and it just went through the body, the entire story as he came up with it. And as he started, yelling out, like, as Nelson Mandela started saying he wants freedom for his people, he raised his fist and everything. And then he asked the auditorium, he said, what is it you want for yourself? And the entire auditorium just jumped up and yelled out freedom. That went for about 5-10 minutes. I tell you what, that was so awesome. That built me up. That was fantastic. I saw then suddenly everything in a totally different perspective, how life can be, not being a slave of the system, not being a slave of somebody who really kicks your butt and tells you what you can do, when you can do it, how much you can make. But this entire environment, that really got me going. And I must say that went for about 5-10 minutes. Everybody just yelling freedom, and that was so mind-blowing. And I must say that was then the start for me going through the entire business industry, because over time, the MY group where I live broke down, basically just disappeared. So I had to look for different options and opportunities, and so I moved through businesses. And I must say, I've been in a few businesses where I must say they were good, not perfect, but good, but the leadership was crap. and the conversation really didn't stick up to what they were promoting, and there were some other companies that just disappeared from one day to the other. And I must say, I have been through a few. I learned a lot. I had a lot of failure, but a few successes. And then I basically got into Traffic Monsoon. I must say I enjoyed it for a while until they started changing things around, which really annoyed me now as well with the 50 clicks and all this stuff, and sometimes it just kicks me out, so I have to relog back in and start all over again. And then I got involved with FutureNet for my son Frederick, and I must say what really amazes me on FutureNet is the combined package you have. You have the business building side of the company where what they're implementing is just mind-blowing. I've never seen this in any other company, and the revenue sharing side of this company as well. And I must say, FutureNet, I see it is here to stay for good. And if everybody really do their bit to it, it's going to be something that's going to be massive. And I must say, people have to learn, and I noticed as well on the FutureNet social side, it's only about business what's been posted. The social media side is not about business, that they are sharing value, sharing ideas, not just business. That's what Facebook is there for, because they don't pay you. You know, you have to use FutureNet a different way, and people have to learn this. And I must say, I see slightly some progress is going here, and I'm starting to see some slight success with FutureNet as well. So I'm doing my bit and slightly steps forwards to my success and to my freedom that I heard about 9+ years ago at the event. And that's the only thing I have in my mind is my freedom, the freedom for my family. Everything else is just second class. So that's a short story. I could go on and expand, but I don't want to expand this hangout. Thanks, Steve, for calling me out here.
That's awesome, Friedrich, and you know, what a powerful story. I mean, and this is, I think, what probably drives all of us on this panel is this whole possibility of having that personal freedom, having the independence, you know, getting our lives back, and not having to work for somebody else and building their dreams, and that's certainly one of my driving forces. It's the personal freedom and the financial independence, and it's a very, very powerful why. And I know that I've known Frederick for probably about 3.5 years. I would have thought by now. Like you said, we've been involved in different companies together over those years, and we've pretty much gone on the same journey. And you mentioned your son Fred, who again, you know, I've known for a number of years in this business. And the thing is, we're still here. You know, I've been involved with this industry for 4 years now, and we're persistent. We don't give up because our why is so strong. We have that desire, that ambition. We have that perseverance. We see the vision, and this is what you need to progress in any business, regardless whether it's FutureNet, Traffic Monsoon, or whatever. If you're not passionate, if you're not, you know, if you don't have a strong enough why, then, you know, you can forget it. You've got to have that burning desire and ambition to want to succeed.
Exactly. You know, I've seen many people come and go. You know, they just said, "Oh, I'm so committed to everything," and after a while they just drop out. But you know, if you're really passionate and committed to something, you stick it out no matter how hard it gets. You know, I mean, you will have obstacles, but you have to ask yourself, what is more painful? Getting up every morning, you know, having somebody breathing down your neck, you know, and abusing the crap out of you, or just sticking something out, going through learning the process and seeing the results afterwards. That is what people have to learn and to understand, that nothing comes for free. You have to work for it. You know, I mean, if you open up a franchise, you pay $100,000 to $500,000 depending on what franchise it is. And then what can happen after half a year or whatever, your franchise can collapse. You know, I mean, it doesn't guarantee you any success. And then if you succeed, you pay half of your revenue to the owner anyway. So you stuck with little again. So what's better, you know, working for somebody, working your ass off and making him rich, or working your ass off and making sure that you are the one that's taking in all the fruits? But people these days, you know, it's like you have to be a psychologist to understand what is it they're talking about, what is saying. You have to read between the lines to see, is he going to stick with you or is he going to jump off? That's the problem these days.
Exactly. And you know, you just mentioned there about a franchise, and that was my story. You know, I was the person that borrowed 500 grand to buy a franchise. You know, worked my ass off for 12 years and ended up losing everything, including my home. You know, and starting again. And you know, I got that passion, I got that enthusiasm, I got that burning desire to want to succeed, to rebuild, and that's what I've been doing for the last 4 years. And you know, the interesting thing is, on Saturday, I'm flying off to Spain for a nice holiday in a villa. You know, and we're talking about a luxury villa that, you know, the proceeds of my hard work in the last few years is paying for. And you know, I'm going to be living that laptop lifestyle, and you know, working from that lovely villa, enjoying myself, and not worrying about the stress of having to get up in the morning, not having to worry about what's going to happen when I come back, you know, and my job, and not having to you know, be clocking into somebody else's business. That's real freedom, you know, and this is what this industry can do for you. You just have to be committed to it, and you just have to put the effort in and believe. You have to believe. You know, belief is everything in my view. And you know, we're very, very similar, Friedrich. You know, I think we've gone through very similar journeys. So I see, you know, all you guys on this panel, especially the young ones. You know, you've got. I wish I had this, you know, 20 years ago. You know, I would just so love to go back to my 20s or 30s and be getting involved in this industry now, because you guys have got everything to play for. You know, it's amazing. But you know, like me, I started this 4 years ago. I'm 52 now, and anyone can do it. Anybody, any age, it doesn't matter whether you're young or old. Anyone can do this, and it's just a question of having that self-belief, being motivated to take action on a daily basis, make it happen. You know, make it happen, and stay focused. You know, it's all there within our grasp. We've got the whole planet as our customer base. Imagine that. Yeah. Imagine that. When I was in business, when I owned a franchise, I had a territory. It was a postcode territory. I could not work outside of those boundaries. That was it. I had to work within that framework. Now with this business, I've got no staff, no overheads, no employees.
Yeah, no rates.
And I've got I've got no business rates, got nothing. But I've got the entire planet as my customer base. Now, that is an incredible incentive, you know. And let's be honest, I didn't have to borrow $500,000 to get started. So, you know, it's there for everyone to just go after. You know, and I can't understand why more people aren't doing it. I cannot understand why more people don't really get involved and get stuck in and say to themselves, you know what, I want a piece of this. I want to grab my share, because my personal and financial freedom is at stake. You know, I don't want to have to be clocking in at 7 o'clock in the morning and doing the same thing day after day after day, and having a limit on what I can earn, and you know, having to sort of, you know, grovel to the boss to try and climb up that corporate ladder and go in and sit next to people you don't want to be spending your time with. You know, I don't want any of that nonsense. In fact, I'm totally unemployable. There's absolutely no way I could ever go back to work.
That sounds like me.
I'd be sacked within the first week if I started a new job. I would. I'd be causing chaos. So, guys, you know, you can all go out there and do it. You know, it's all in your grasp. It's there to be taken, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.
So, it's now 27 minutes past 9 here in the UK. Guys, I'm going to stop the broadcast. We'll call it an end. If you want to stay on afterwards, we always tend to have a little chat afterwards. but for the purposes of those watching on YouTube or you know, maybe through Facebook or Google, then thanks for joining us. It's been great to have so many people on the panel this evening. I've thoroughly been entertained, and thanks, Arthur, for your wisdom again with your explanations and your Snagit. I love those Snagit presentations. It's like a you know, some little rodent's got a little crayon and he's just scrawling all over your computer. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back next Thursday. Now, I'm not sure whether I will be here or not because obviously I'm going to be away in Spain. But if I can make it, I'll take my laptop with me, and if I can make it Thursday night, I'll be back and presenting to you from the balcony or by the pool side, perhaps, with a beer in hand. We'll see. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'm going to stop the broadcast now, and we'll see you next week.
Catch you later, mate.